Do you believe that the tails from the Super Saiyans or the Saiyans of Universe 7 should have been removed, or should they have been kept up until where we are now currently in Dragon Ball Super for this warrior race? Let's go ahead and talk. I'm coming at you guys with another Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball discussion video. And this is in regards to the Universe 7 Saiyans and their tails. Of course, we know that of the Saiyans that we've seen with their tails being Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and Gohan when he was a kid. No other Saiyans, at least from that part of the universe that we know of for sure that's officially canon, have been seen without tails, I should say. So these are only Saiyans we've seen with them. And my question is, should that part of the Saiyans physiology been phased out? And now, of course, we're here where the Saiyans have been without their tails for a very long time. I asked this question because the tail used to serve as the main source of a Saiyan strength, and it enabled them to perform to their maximum efficiency. Also in Daisenshu, it explains that if a tail is lost, in the case of the Saiyans that we currently know of, it could have grown back suddenly if the Saiyan was in danger, but we haven't seen this happen. I think there have been several situations where Goku and Vegeta have been in danger and their tails have never grown back. So I think obviously it's safe to say that they're gone for good. But also, when you think about the future of Dragon Ball Super, we've done discussions on this channel about the next evolution for Saiyans, getting a transformation back to the original physiology of the Saiyans with the Zoru and just kind of the real ape-like qualities and characteristics that, of course, make Saiyans. That's who they are at the end of the day. You wonder exactly, would things be different in Dragon Ball, and especially up till now in Dragon Ball Super, if the Universe 7 Saiyans still have their tail? Would it give you something that would hold on to the Saiyans as being unique, or would it be something that would probably get repetitive, overdone, with them turning into great apes under the right, circumstances and conditions? I'm just curious as to how you guys feel about it. I don't think it's ever really been talked about whether or not people would prefer for the Saiyans to still have their tails, or whether or not the tails being phased out was inevitable and it needed to happen at a certain point. I've always been on the side to say I always appreciate the Saiyans for who they are as apes, technically speaking, from the beginning of times of the existence of the warrior race, and I just feel like that identity has been lost over the years, especially once the tails were taken away. Yes, they're still referred to as Saiyans, but not much else about that, of course, is ever referenced back to. And it's almost like this is, of course, a new way of looking at Saiyans, and it's like, let's just forget that they really were and are originally apes. And I don't know, it may just be me because I prefer that side of them as warriors. Not to say I prefer them to be killing things and, acting inhumane and just violent for no reason. But like I said, I love the origins of who they are and how they've kind of transformed into the warriors that they are today. And I feel like once the tails were taken away, it took away a little of their identity. So I don't know if that's just me, but you guys let me know your honest opinions in regards to that in the comments section below. Of course, we know the Saiyans from Universe 6 have been without their tails for quite some time. Their evolution, of course, has been different to the Saiyans of Universe 7, but still, I always felt like it was part of their identity as warriors. And once the tails were lost, it kind of takes away from that identity. Now, if there were to be a transformation in the future of Dragon Ball Super, even an expansion that would incorporate the use of regrowing the tail, or the tail being brought back in a transformation, of course, pretty much similar to how Super Saiyan 4 was during GT, I would really like that and appreciate that. And that is what I really appreciated about GT. It did give us that reminder. And of course, the phenomenon of the Super Saiyan 4 transformation kind of taking the Saiyans back to their original primal roots. And I feel like here in Dragon Ball Super, it's getting away from that. It's just more so about, just kind of this godly power, which is all fine and dandy. I have no problem with that. But it's like the Saiyans as warriors, give them back that identity legitimately as this warrior race. Yes, of course, they have changed. They're not inhumane, barbaric creatures like they used to be, but still give that reminder that these are still, essentially ape-like creatures, that whether they evolve into humanoids or it's the other way around, regardless, give some credibility and some relevance back to those origins. And that's just kind of how I feel. So comment section below, wrapping it up, you guys let me know your thoughts. Everything I talked about here in regards to Universe 7 and their tails, whether it was a good idea to phase them out, whether it was inevitable and they were going to be phased out anyways as part of their physiology as we go on throughout the Dragon Ball history and timeline. Let me know your thoughts. I don't think people have really talked about this, so I'm really curious to see how you guys feel and what your thoughts on it as well in the comment section below.